Harrison, aka my man. Let me stop. But y'all know I like white boys. Hey y'all, it's Nay. Welcome back to my little corner of YouTube. This video will contain spoilers for Love Island USA episodes 1 through 6. So if you haven't seen them yet and you don't want spoilers, save this video and come back after you do. So these episodes were V spicy. In episode 4, Keenan let KK know that he was interested in exploring things with Kassy. In episode 5, we got a ton of unseen footage from the past week. And in episode 6, Jasmine was sent home. I have a lot of thoughts and feelings about these past 3 episodes, so let's just get right into it. But before we do, if you're trying to keep the conversation going about this show or any other TV shows or movies that I'm covering, I created a Discord. The invite link is in the description box. So come on over and chit chat with us. So KK and Keenan. This situation is still upsetting me and my homegirls. Keenan, I was really rooting for you.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
So when he first started that conversation with KK and was telling her about the fact that, hey, look, I just talked to Kassy and this is the situation. Why did he say Kassy asked me what I would do if whatchamacallit wasn't here? Why was he referring to KK as whatchamacallit? Alexa, run a clip back.
So basically she asked, like, if whatchamacallit wasn't here, like, would you go after anybody else here?
Listen, at the end of the day, people are coming on this show and pretty much the majority of the other dating shows to mix, mingle, and date around. I get it. But it still irks my soul. Like, I just don't know. The situation with them played out in such a way that I felt like, I don't know, I just didn't like it. When KK was expressing how she felt about it and she said, I don't want to be a pick me, but pick me, that really hurt. Like, that made me so sad. I was like, damn, girl, like, because you could tell that's how she really felt. She didn't want to feel like a pick-me in that situation, but it's like, damn, again, I set myself up to be hurt. Like, can somebody please pick me? Now, it did look like Sis was ready to move on. The way she jumped on Harrison had me clapping in my living room. She took his mask off and tongued him down. I think Kiss the Girl from The Little Mermaid started playing in my head. Well, I can't say that Keenan had the same experience during the guessing game. He wanted to kiss Kassy so damn bad. More power to him. But choosing the question that was actually KK's response only added fuel to the fire. And then Kassy pushing him away in front of everybody, it was just so cringe. It was so hard to watch. So hard to watch. And he definitely let her know afterwards. He was like, you made it look like it was disgusting to kiss me. She was like, no, that's not what I was trying to say. Listen, I have already expressed how I feel about women who look like me, brown-skinned women, and how they get treated on shows like this. So yeah, I'm a little extra protective over women like KK because I see myself in them. The world is already so cruel to us and the dating pool is full of algae and pee. Now in the end, Keenan came back home as he should, but I can't say that he's out of the doghouse for me, and I don't really know how I feel about her accepting him with open arms. Like, I get it, sis, they have something. They definitely have something, which is why it makes it worse for me that he thought he could just go somewhere else and like just come back with no problems. I don't know. She said that karma is karma-ing, so I hope that karma still has a little karma left to karma. I said karma about 11 times just now. But you know what? At least we got the full tea on that wheelchair story, although I do still have questions. I still need to know why Keenan was in an environment with ample wheelchairs, so many that he could just pull a random one and smash in it. But maybe we'll get the rest on that later. Kassy and Bergie. It feels a little weird even having these two up on the screen at the same time because how did we get here? I'm gonna just start off by saying Kassy is so damn melodramatic. She wanted to be the one to break it off with Leo so bad and he was like, say less, baby girl, it's mutual. And her face when he said that was just like, oh.
I feel like I have to do this.
This is a mutual thing. Like, there's no hard feelings. Like, go about your ways, do what you gotta do, and I would like root for you as it goes on. Like, I have no hard feelings for you. It's just not going to work.
I don't know. The girl is on my shit list because she wasted no time snatching up Keenan. Talking about he's her exact type. How, ma'am? And when? You know what? One thing reality TV is gonna do is bring out the snakes because damn. And again, I'm trying to remember that people are coming here to date around and, you know, mingle and just have fun with each other. But you gotta have some decorum about the way that you do it. And Kassy did not have any decorum, and neither did Keenan in the way that they were behaving. Now, when Keenan pushed her off during the guessing game, she said that she did it because she didn't want to be disrespectful to KK. And I guess that was her trying to have some decorum. But the thing is, I don't think that's why she really did it. I think that the real reason she did it is because Harrison had already come in the house by then. And she was kind of, like everybody else, was eyeing Harrison being like, oh, that man is a looker, you know? So when she saw him, she was like, not too much. Not too much. I don't want Harrison to think we a thing. So I think she kind of pushed him off because she didn't want to be kissed in front of the new guy. That's just my opinion. I might be wrong on that, but it came off that way to me. But watching her and Keenan just sit there and argue over this kiss like they were a bunch of high schoolers. And why is she crying? Like, what is going on? I don't know. I feel like sis was scrambling at the beginning of episode 6, and then she just disappeared for the rest of the episode, and then she somehow ended up with Bergie. So I don't really know how the situation played out that way, but that's what we ended up with. Speaking of Bergie, I'm not surprised that he has an eggplant picture next to a ruler on his phone. That's a very Bergie thing of him to do. So shout out to him for that. Now Bergie said he is ready to move. He said the person, if he ends up with somebody off this show, he will be willing to move closer to them. Maybe he's gonna end up moving closer to Kassy. But I don't really know, because I'm just not seeing, I still don't understand how they ended up together. I might just be purging it out of my mind, but I feel like I never even really seen them talk. I don't know. Destiny and Harrison, aka my man. Let me stop. But y'all know I like white boys. Now when we first met him, he had his little masquerade mask on, and like almost every other woman in that house, I was immediately in love. I think when Harrison walked in is the moment that I realized how people switch up so fast in this house, because I forgot the fuck about Victor expeditiously. I folded like a street taco. Then we found out he was 6'4" and a diamond dealer. Like literally scoop me up off the floor, because I am melting like the Wicked Witch of the West right now. What's sexier than a man who deals diamonds? They are a girl's best friend. And I mean, he got money, honey. No, I don't believe in dating men for money, but it solves a whole lot of issues, and anyone who pretends that they don't like a man to have money is lying, in my opinion. Destiny, I still feel like Miss Girl is salty. She's salty, I don't know. Talking about hashtag humbled when Victor walked over to try to talk to Jasmine about the situation between him and Carmen. Destiny was like, hashtag humbled, walk away. I didn't like that, because I feel like the only one being humbled in this situation and in this show up to that point had been her. Remember how I liked her at first? Now I'm just annoyed with her entire existence. Now granted, Marco and Hannah were definitely throwing shade when they woke up in the room that time, and Marco was like, yeah, the physical touch was there. I got back scratches last night. It was a vibe. And she was like, what y'all not gonna do is throw shade while I'm sitting right here. And I was like, I feel her on that. But also, if that was Marco's truth, that was Marco's truth. What, the man can't speak now? And then we found out in the bonus episode that Marco actually really does enjoy, you know, unprompted back scratches. And he says that physical touch is a big deal for him and it turns him on. So it is kind of like his main thing, and ultimately that was their downfall, because Destiny could not give that to him. I'm not completely back on her side, but I did enjoy the conversation that she had with Harrison, and you know, he ultimately picked her. Now when Harrison said he wants to have a partner and live life before having a kid, whoo, I felt that. And that sounds like common sense, but a lot of people don't do it that way. A lot of people just get together, rush, and then have the kids or like whatever it is, but they don't actually live life first. When I tell you, I felt that in my soul. And the fact that Harrison is the type of man that can actually provide that type of lifestyle, he's going to be able to take you on those trips and stuff like that. So he's not just talking, he can actually provide that. I am still kind of shocked that he picked her. I really did think he was going to choose Jasmine in the end, but maybe they had some off-camera connection that we didn't really see. So yeah, I feel like I'm rooting for them, but not too much. Anna and Leo. When they were showing Anna and Berg's first time meeting and that first conversation and interaction that they had, I was like, wow, I get it now. They genuinely did not have a connection. And that's kind of what I was saying before. It's not that either of them were a bad person. They just did not click, which is okay. And I think it came through in that conversation. You can see like they're just both sitting there. You know, the silence is so loud. She's kind of, you know, trying to come up with topics. It just was an awkward interaction.
So what else? What else?
So I worked at Dairy Queen.
Also, men never really grow up, do they? Leo, Marco, Bergie, and Victor were sitting on the lawn having an extensive conversation about whether or not they would smash an alien. And I just need to know why this is a topic of conversation.
I would fuck an alien, bro. If an alien had a dumpy ass butt and was like looking crazy at the top, like that, I'd be like, it's like, I would have to crack, but like face down, ass up, because there's no way I'm looking at that shit in the eye.
But like, would I? Probably I would, yes. That is my answer. So yeah, we know these two ended up together, and I know Anna is giddier than a schoolgirl, because that is the only person she ever wanted since the moment that she saw him was Leo. So I know she happy. I don't know if he gonna be too happy and he gonna stick around, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. Now when they were talking before the decision, and Leo was talking about his reaction to Harrison, and he was like, well, I'm not really too bothered by Harrison. When he walked in, I was just like, hey bro, you should be bothered, because that man is fine AF. When he was giving his little Buenos Nachos speech and Anna was just giggling, I couldn't help but think to myself, how funny would it be if he wasn't talking about her and he didn't pick her right now? Like, that would have been pretty funny. But it was a cute little speech, and I am rooting for them or whatever. Carmen and Victor. Every episode, I think I fall a little bit more in love with Victor. He was making Carmen breakfast, and I was just like, this man does it all. But the way they kept cutting back to his face when Carmen was talking to Harrison and he was just looking like a sad puppy, ugh. I think I understand what Carmen means by he's a little bit too clingy. Carmen would like more of a slow burn. And from what I can see about Victor, he does seem to be a very passionate, very, you know, fall quickly type of person. Carmen doesn't want this, you know, too head over heels situation to be the reason that they don't stick it out or that they don't last. But ultimately, I do think that's what's gonna end up happening, unfortunately. Hannah and Marco. Does Hannah kind of sound like Doja Cat to y'all? Every time I hear her, I hear Doja, and she kind of looks like her too. Like, I feel like she's Doja Cat's long lost twin sister or something. Not too much on these two, except for the fact that after Marco picked her, she was like, are you good? And bro didn't look that good. So maybe we're gonna see how that unfolds in the next few episodes. I don't really know what's going on there. Like, her face when he just kissed her and didn't really respond, maybe he was still thinking about Destiny. I don't know what the situation was, but something is definitely a brewing in that situation. Jasmine. Farewell to Jasmine. So before episode 6, when she got kicked off basically, why was she acting like Victor owed her something? Because he wasn't, I guess, upfront enough about the Carmen situation. Crying and talking about Victor was on her shit list. And I think the reason that I feel so strongly about that is because she really was not checking for him at first. She literally did not want to be with him. She ended up with him by default. And I understand that feelings can change, but I think she was going a little bit too hard for somebody that she didn't even like. Now, Harrison told her that she was overselling her craziness. Was that a little bit of shade, Harry? That felt like a little bit of shade to me. I think that he meant in the sense that, and you know what, I can relate to this because I feel like at times in my life, I have been this kind of person to be like, oh no, like I'm really this outgoing crazy person, when in reality, I'm literally not. Like, I'm super chill, I'm super calm. I'd rather sit at home with my rabbits just chilling out, right? I think that she was trying to sell being the type of person who she thought Harrison wanted, because she was so interested in him that she wanted to be, you know, this crazy, cool, sexy, fun person that she thought he wanted. When at the end of the day, he really went for Destiny, who wasn't trying to be like this over-the-top person. So I think she kind of did oversell it. And I think he said that, one, because it was a little bit of shade, but two, because he was like, I can tell that's not you. So just like, reel it in a little bit, girl. Reel it in a little bit. So, I don't know. Like I said, we don't know the full scope of the conversations and the connection that he had with Destiny versus Jasmine. But I do think that him saying that out loud and, you know, him calling her out on that was to say that, like, I see that you're kind of playing this up and you don't have to do that. Or, you know, maybe it's because Victor was going so hard for Carmen that she was like, okay, bye, and she wanted to go really hard for somebody else. But it was a little bit too little, too late, and she went home. So this is my first time watching the show. I don't know if people are going to be at it still or what the situation is, but I am really interested to see how this all plays out now that we have some official couples and everybody is coupled up. I do think a few people are still playing the field. KK and Keenan, they're locked in. Ain't no switching up.
If we locked in, ain't no switching up.
But Carmen still has wondering eyes. So does Kassy. And so does Leo. And I'm not too sure about Harrison either. So we really will see what happens. I know from watching way too much reality TV that these things are never locked in stone. And it can change at the drop of a dime. Is it drop of a dime or drop of a hat? Whatever's dropping, it could change. You know, for a split second, I was like, oh my God, Fiji is beautiful. I should totally go there. And then they start showing all these bugs. And I was like, I think I'm going to stay right where I am and watch Fiji from my couch. I will be back Thursday to talk about episodes 7 through 9. If you want to keep in touch until then, subscribe to my channel or come hang out with us over on Discord. The invite link is in the description box. And I'll see y'all on Thursday. Subscribe. Oh, I didn't even turn the camera off. Bye, guys. It's time to go edit. Ooh, it's only 7:45. Movies or TV shows? TV shows and movies. And then Kassy pushing him away. Kassy. Brown skin women. And we found, not me messing up my edge. Please. Yes, and eggplant. What are words? I don't know. Insert the scene from that clip into this video. If I have it. Do I have it? Moving next to Kassy. Damn it, I'm gonna get this girl name right one day. Sorry, Nicki Minaj distracted me, okay. After Marco, did I just call this man Marco? Oof. Insert if we're locked in, ain't no switching up. I think I already have that one downloaded.
If I'm on your mind, just say that. Brand new Benz, brand new Maybach. Got brand new friends. for way back. If you must, I can't change